Hey guys, LI Balloon Guy here, and today we're going to be doing a stork with a bundle of joy in a basket. It's a really cute design, and I'm showing you how to make it for no apparent reason. That being said, I do have a special announcement to make at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's a doozy. This is actually the third time I'm videotaping this. I forgot the first time that I had the overhead fluorescent lights in my basement turned on, so when I went to edit the video footage, there was a nice loud buzzing sound that was captured by the microphone. We do everything for perfection down here in the LI Balloon Guy's basement, so let's get to the twisting. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to take a white 260, we're going to inflate it with about 5 or 6 inches of tail and tie it off. That's nice. Go ahead and tie that off. So the stork's head is a little bit different than some of the other things that I've shown you, but it's pretty easy once you get the gist of it. So go ahead and make yourself about a 3 to 4 inch bubble. Twist off a small 1 inch ear twist. And you're going to bring that first bubble down, twist off a bubble the same exact length, and we're going to wrap this around. I'm doing this with my wrong hand for some reason. It's been a long day, guys, sorry. So wrap that around and bring the nozzle through, and that will tie it off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a bubble that's a bit longer because we're going to need to go up and around, and we're going to need to leave room for his eyes. Actually, you know what? Let me grab one of the ones I already made so I can show you. Hang on, I'm going in. Found it. So as you can see, down here we've got our 2 bubbles that are exactly the same length, and up here we're going to need a good bit more because we're going to want to encapsulate his eyes. If you really want to make sure you're getting the size right, you could put the eyes on top of the bubble, on top of these 2 bubbles, and actually twist this 3rd bubble over it, and that would be the best way, but you can eyeball it. It's not too crazy. So we're going to want, let's see, probably about that much. I'd say, what is that, 6 inches? So go ahead and make your 6 inch bubble, twist it off. I know that seems like a lot, but once you actually twist it in, it's going to kind of come together a little bit tighter. So now that we have that, we're going to need a black balloon for his eyes. I'm going to be using a scrap balloon from a different video I was just shooting. Going to twist off maybe about 2 inch bubble, and bring it down, find the same length, twist off another 2 inch bubble, and you're going to take the tail or the nozzle and wrap it around and bring it through a couple times. That way it locks and it's not going to come and twist on you. And now you can go ahead and discard the rest. And I also like to tie this off. I don't want any reason to lose a balloon while I'm, finishing up a design. That's always so frustrating when you finish making a design and you go to draw on the face and a bubble pops or something deflates or has a slow leak to it. Ugh. Alright, so once you've got your eyes, go ahead and just kind of shove them right in between. Now that is a nice look, isn't it? Now, we're not twisting the eyes in anywhere. This is strictly held by the tension of this top balloon coming down and around. So you definitely want to make sure that it's tight enough. It would probably be better to be a little bit too tight than it would be to be a little too loose. The next thing we're going to make is the stork's beak. So go ahead and grab yourself an orange 260. We're not going to need a ton of balloon on this one, so it really doesn't matter how much you inflate it. And I'm going to take a very small, you want this to be small, super small, you guys, super small bubble, and ear twist it. And I'm actually going to take that, I'm going to wrap it from the back of his head around to the front of his head. So I'm actually going through this loop and back around to the front. And then I'm twisting off another small bubble, and I'm going to ear twist that as well, and just wrap the 2 ear twists, just twist them around a couple times. So what that does is when I twist them together, it's going to tighten up the knot, or the twist, and kind of make it stand, everything be a little stiffer. I want this beak to really just stick out straight. So give that a couple twists, make that nice and tight, and now I'm going to position. So there's 1 ear twist on top, 1 ear twist on the bottom, and the 260 is going to be right in the middle. Now we're gonna go ahead and go down about maybe 6 or 7 inches. We want a nice long bubble here because a stork's beak is actually quite long, and we're gonna need something for the basket to hang off of. So go ahead and come down about 6 to 8 inches and twist off, and you can break off the rest, we're not gonna need this. And tie it off. Excellent. Now, I don't like having this little tail on the end there, so feel free to grab yourself a pair of scissors and shear that off. I'm going to clip it off by the use of TV Magic. And there we go, just like that, we have no more tail. So now we're going to go ahead and make the rest of the stork's body. So for this we're going to need another white balloon. Go ahead and inflate your white balloon just about all the way. We're going to need maybe about a 1-inch tail. Because we're going to actually make a cage out of this. So take your nozzle and your tail, tie them together. So go ahead and find the middle by pulling the two ends apart. Squish and twist together, and now you've got yourself a nice snappy bow tie. Go ahead and bring those together. So now you've got the nozzle and the knot over here and the two ends of the bow tie over here. You're going to squish everything together. Squish the two ends together over here, and I'm going to roll one end through and roll one end through. Once you roll it through the second time, it'll lock in place. And this is your cage. Now we can take the stork's head, and I always like to put the head of my bird or whatever I'm making at the front of the cage where there is no nozzle or knot, just because it's easier to hide this stuff when it's in the back. So go ahead and take your neck where you want the stork's neck to be, twist it through, and now we've got the rest kind of hanging down here. I'm not going to twist any more here until I get his legs ready. So let's go grab another orange 260. Now that we've got our orange 260, go ahead and inflate once again just about all the way. Cool, just like that. We're going to roll off a small 1-inch bubble, make a loop, and roll that first 1-inch bubble through the loop, locking it in place. Now you can go all the way down to the end and squeeze the air all the way to the end. This will make the balloon a little bit softer while we work. And we're going to twist off a small 1-inch bubble at the end, make a loop, twist it off, and roll the bubble through the loop. Now bring both feet down together, and we're going to twist our feet together, locking them in place, and these are going to be the legs of our stork. To get them onto the stork, what we're going to do is we are going to take the white balloon that we're using to lock into the cage, put the legs on it, and now we're going to bring that up to the back of our cage where the nozzle and the knot are and wrap that through. Okay, now his tail is just kind of sticking straight out like this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist off a bubble, I'm going to make an ear twist, and that'll have his tail stick straight up rather than straight out, and it'll also help hide that the nozzle and the knot. Okay, then I'm just going to adjust his parts a little bit. Good. So now we've got a stork. If you wanted to, if somebody had asked you to make a stork, you could also use this same design for the most part to make a flamingo. You would be done. However, that's not good enough for us. Since we're making a stork, we're also going to make the bundle of joy. So hang on to your seats. That's going to be a completely different segment. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. Before we go on to the basket and the baby, I just want to ask you to go down below and click the subscribe button if you're enjoying what you're seeing. I'm coming out with new content just about every week, and we've got a full holiday series coming up in line for Christmas. Alright guys, that's my disclaimer. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment down below if you're sick of hearing me asking you to comment, like, and subscribe. And now back to the video. Alright, so the final thing we have to do is make the basket with a little bundle of joy for the stork to be carrying. So what you're going to need is a brown balloon, or actually for the basket you can really use any color you want, whatever stands out to you. I kind of like brown for a basket. I think it's just a traditional basket color. Go ahead and inflate that with about 5 or 6 inches of tail on the end, tie it off. And we're going to begin by making 2 pinch twists at the top. So go ahead and pinch off a small bubble, and wrap it around and tie it off so it becomes a pinch twist. And then make another bubble exactly the same size and twist it off. Now we're going to make sort of a triangle shape here. So we're going to do about a 4 to 5 inch bubble and an ear twist. And the bottom of our triangle is going to be the basket part where the baby is going to rest. So we're going to make 3 segments for the cradle. So go ahead and twist off about a 3 to 4 inch bubble. Make an ear twist. Come back down. Make sure it's the same exact size and twist. Come back again and twist. And now we just want to come up and find about the same length as the first bubble that we twisted. And go ahead and wrap that around the ear twists. Excellent, just like that. So this is going to be our basket. We can go ahead and break off the rest of this balloon and tie it off. Now, for the bundle of joy, I'm going to be using scraps for the most part, so if you have just some scraps around from any of your practice sessions, go ahead and use those. You don't really need full-length balloons for the next part. So for the baby's head, I don't know if you can see, I literally have like the smallest scrap possible here. I literally just need this tiny little bubble for his head. Let me put down the blue, and I'm literally just going to tie this off, tie the 2 ends together, making it a functional head, just like that. Now, for the rest of the baby, we're going to need just pretty much a blanket, so you can use any color you want. If you want to use traditional blues and pinks for boys and girls, that's fine. One cool tip I can give you is if you're doing favors for like a gender reveal, you can make a lot of blues and a lot of pinks and mix them up and let the guests at the gender reveal grab the color that they want, that they think the baby is going to be, and then once the gender is revealed, you can see who is right and who's wrong. That might be a really good selling pitch. So I'm going to be using blue, and I don't need much. I'm just going to take the head of our baby, I'm going to tie it onto the blue, just like that. So now we've got the blush tied off on the end of the blue. Nothing crazy, nothing really insane so far. I'm going to take the tail of the blue and I'm going to tie it around one of the ear twists at the bottom of our basket. So the baby's head should rest on one side of the basket. Cool. So now we're just going to need like 2.5, 3 inches of bubble. Go ahead and pinch it off, and you're going to seat it inside the basket and wrap it around the other ear twist. Alright. Alright, and I like to take the bottom of the blue, the baby's feet, and just kind of tuck it into the basket. Alright, and now you've got a little baby sitting inside your basket. If you want, you can draw a face on the blush balloon, give it a little bit of character. Not necessary, I think, but if it's something you want to do, hey, it's your balloon sculpture. You make it the way you want to. Alright, so now to finish off, all we have to do is take that little bit of nozzle that we cut off in the stork's beak and wrap it around the ear twists. And now he's going to be carrying in his beak a little bundle of joy. Let me turn that around so you can actually see it. A little stork carrying a little bundle of joy. If you guys are so inclined, another way you can do that is, rather than wrapping around the tip of the basket, you can use the remainder of the brown balloon to wrap around the stork's beak and make sort of like a handle. You're going to want to make it really tight though so it doesn't fall off. It's really your choice. If you make the proportions a little too big on the basket though, you're going to end up needing a second brown balloon. So I'd say that this is probably the harder way to do it, and to just skip this loop and wrap this around the ear twist would be the easier way. Alright guys, that's our video for today. I hope you enjoyed the stork with the bundle of joy. I know this one might have been a little complex for you, but I feel like I explained it pretty well. You guys should be able to hang in there and keep up. Oh my goodness, what is this though? Look at this! Oh my god, it's our special announcement. Guys, we have a brand new balloon twister in the works right now. My wife is 3D printing him as we speak. I think he looks like me. I don't know if you can see, but he's got my eyes. Or she. I don't know yet. We haven't figured out. I shouldn't say he or she. But I'm super excited, and knowing my luck, it's going to have a latex allergy.